Well, hello squad, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it may be wherever you are. It's morning where we are, and I am headed out of town for a work trip. It just so happens that the town that we are going to for our work trip has a Goodwill Outlets. You know, the bins, the famous bins. Well, I've never gotten to shop the bins before, so I figured while I'm in this town, why not kill two birds with one stone? Rest assured, no birds were harmed in the filming of this video. So anyway, I just decided I would take you guys along with me. So we are going to go and do our work thing, and then we're gonna do some play too. And my play in part is sifting through bins. So we're gonna do the whole bit, get the disposable gloves, and I don't know, do whatever you do. I am expecting it to be a cultural experience, to say the least. So come along with me and let's explore the bins together. All right, squad, we made it. We are here. Brandon's with me. Say hey.
Hey.
All right, so I'm going into the bins. This place is huge. It says it's like a career center and an outlet. I don't really know what to expect. So I don't know. We'll go in and see what we can find. I'm keeping my current yard sale and thrift list in the back of my mind. The way that I understand this place, I think, is that they price things by the pound, which means that if you find good things, you know, you'll get them for a really good deal. So of course, shoes for the kids, shoes for me, that's on my mind. Like wardrobe things that are actually things we're looking for, that's on my mind. I don't know, and I'm trying to keep an open mind also, while also not buying junk that we don't need. So I will take you along with me and we'll see what we can find. Okay, squad, so I am back from the bins and I have so many things to share. I'll be honest with you, this video took a turn that I was not expecting. I really thought that this was going to be I finally got to experience the bins, look at all the cool stuff I found. You guys, I did not do well. And when I say I didn't do well, I don't mean I didn't do well as far as the haul that I found. I didn't do well, within my person. I don't know if all Goodwill outlets are like this, but the one that I went into felt very unclean. Listen, you guys know that I am up for a challenge. I don't mind going to a yard sale and digging through a box. You know, I don't mind buying something that needs a little bit of TLC every now and then if I really like the item and if I have a vision for where it's going. This was not like that. I didn't really know before this what my limit was and what that point was, but I found it. So come with me and I'm going to show you a few of those moments. So when you first walk in, you know, you have all of these bins scattered about and you really just go to town. So we did come prepared with our gloves. I kind of also wish I'd brought a mask. There were quite a few smells, so many smells. And actually, at one point, as we were digging through a bin, Brandon said, "Is that a dead mouse?" Yes, it actually was a dead mouse in the same bin that we were standing right there trying to dig through and find things. So yeah, I wouldn't say that it was like this super awesome experience. Now, I will say that this is the only location I've ever been to, so it could just be this location. All Goodwill outlets, all of the bins may not be like this, but this one certainly was. So like I probably mentioned earlier in the video, if you're not familiar with the bins, there's no sorting, hanging, anything like that. So this is a very raw shopping experience. You are doing the digging, you are doing the, you know, casting things off here and there to find the hidden gems, so to speak, and you can put them in your cart and they are priced per pound. So that being said, when you do find things, they're an incredible deal, an incredible savings. It's getting to that point that is the struggle. I wasn't really surprised by the lack of organization. I knew that that was how it was going to be. If they're going to be pricing things per pound, they're not going to be taking the time to sort and pull out things that are dirty, that kind of thing. They are literally back there dumping donation bags, dumping donation boxes into these bins, and then you have to do the digging. So the organization part I wasn't surprised about, but the cleanliness part was a little bit of a culture shock to me. I was really thankful that I was wearing gloves. Since these things haven't been gone through, you know, sometimes you will find clothes that appear to be soiled in some way. Sometimes you will find a shoe, but only one shoe and not the pair. Sometimes you'll find a pair of shoes that had some potential, you thought, but they're like completely worn out, you know, and obviously if they had been sorted through for the store, they wouldn't have made it on the shelf because nobody would buy them. So you have to go into it knowing that you're going to find some stuff like that. Like I said, the lack of organization, which I knew that was going to be a thing, but you're not going to have kids' clothes, adults' clothes. It's really just going to be, you know, free for all, and you've got to spend some time there. In total, I think we were only there for about 20 minutes because I really couldn't breathe very well. It sounds really, really dramatic to say, but it felt very unclean. It felt kind of unnecessary because I wasn't doing this to profit off of these items. Like, I was kind of doing this for fun, and it was not at all fun. So I kept just thinking, like, I don't really need to be here, you know, but it's something that I've wanted to experience for so long, and so I just thought, you know, let me try. So we walked around, we dug through a couple of bins, we found the mouse, and we just kind of decided, like, let's just move on. This particular outlet is actually right next door to a Goodwill retail store, so we just popped over there, and I was like, okay, this is much more my speed. You know, this and yard sales, that's kind of my sweet spot. That's where I hang out. The sorting through all of the stuff was a little much for me. I will say, you know, the prices are great. So if you are somebody who really wants to get that bottom dollar for clothing, for shoes, for home things for you and for your family, especially if that's a financial need for you, then this might be a good fit. If you are a reseller, I've been through periods of my life where I've done reselling. I've got a couple of videos about that, and I can link them down below. But if you are a reseller, I could definitely see the benefit of just going and spending an hour or two a week, especially if you have an outlet close to you, and seeing if you can find some treasures that you can flip for a profit. So I have compiled a list of the things that I would advise you to bring with you if you attempt the bins. The first one I've already mentioned is gloves. Gloves are a must. You have no idea what you're touching. And as I was thinking about this, I mean, I guess that's technically true with your local thrift store. I don't know if you know this or not, but they're not back there washing all of those clothes. They don't have the time or resources to do that. So whatever you're touching technically could be dirty. But if you're looking at something in a retail store, it's more likely that it's clean than if it's just like strewn about in the bins. So gloves are a must. Like I said, I did come across some items that seemed soiled in one way or another. Things that I could tell through my gloves were damp at some points. So just trust me. Buy some gloves, buy some good disposable gloves. Okay, and then to go along with that, if you have a good mask that is breathable, but that kind of just gives you that little barrier and feeling of protection, I would recommend taking a mask. I kind of wished that I would have had one while I was in there, and I didn't. So I would recommend that. The third thing would be a hair tie. If you have hair that is able to be pulled back in some sort of ponytail or bun, I would recommend doing it. You are going to be leaning over and you're going to be doing a lot of digging, and you really don't want to be like touching and then tucking and touching and, you know, waving your hair. Just trust me, put your hair up. And the last thing is earbuds. If you have like wireless headphones or whatever and you can listen to music or a podcast, I would recommend doing that. We only stayed 20 minutes, like I said. We didn't even stay long enough for the changeover of the bins, but from my understanding, they have them laid out in like sets of 4, and they're just shallow bins. They're not really deep. They're shallow and wide, and so you dig through the bins, and once a set of 4 or 2 has been out there for a while, they'll take those back to the back and replace them. So if you are a reseller or somebody who wants to shop this way, I'd recommend blocking off a certain amount of time and staying there for the changeover of the bins. I think that whenever new bins come out, people kind of storm the bins to try to find those new treasures that have not been looked through yet. I kind of did want to experience that excitement a little bit, but I just couldn't. We just had to go. I had to go. So anyway. So yeah, you're going to be there for a while, so I think that earbuds would be kind of a good thing. I could see if I was a full-time reseller and I had an outlet close to me that I could potentially like get in the groove. You really have to have tunnel vision, and you know, if I added like an extra tip on there, it would just be, it's not something to take, but a frame of mind is you just kind of have to get in the zone and, you know, have your earbuds and have your gloves and your mask and your hair up. And you just know that for that 1, 2, 3 hours, however long you're there, you are treasure hunting in trash. And, you know, if you're okay with that, then you really might find some cool stuff. All right, so enough of that. I wound up finding 3 items. So I'm going to show them to you, and then I'm going to show you kind of my plans for what I'm going to do with them. I spent a whopping $2.24 for 3 items. The first thing I came across was this pair of espadrille sandals. So these are a 7.5. They're the Time and True brand from Walmart. 7.5 is a little bit smaller than what I normally wear, but I still think they are going to work. And they look to be just about brand new. I am still going to sanitize them in some way and put them out in the sun. But they really look to be in good shape. I don't know if I'm going to like the way they look on me or not. I've liked the espadrille style for a long time, but I've never actually branched out and tried them. So that's another perk about shopping somewhere where the savings are this great. I'm getting a lot of sunshine now. This is nice. But that's another perk about shopping somewhere where the prices are so affordable, is you can try out things and see if you really like that trend or not. So next thing that I found is an apron. I don't really have a good apron, and I found this one, and I love stripes and I love blue. So it needs a little bit of work. The stitching is coming undone in the back. They actually had it fastened here with a safety pin, but I think I can use my sewing machine and just fix that right up. But yeah, I'm going to have to try it on and play with it a little bit after I wash it. It does have a pocket up here at the top, and then it has one lower pocket down here as well. So hopefully I can make this something that is cute enough to actually wear and functional. All right, the last thing I found, I don't have a good belt, and I came across this one and I thought, you know, I might just try it and see if I want to wear a belt, because the other day, maybe it was a dress or something, there was something that I wanted to belt and I just don't have one anymore. So I did find this brown one. It is Ralph Lauren, and it is a good size and it's a good color, just a, you know, classic kind of cognac brown color. And you can see right there it says Ralph Lauren, made in the USA. So I think there is potential there to find good pieces. I definitely found 1 quality piece and then 2 that are going to be kind of project pieces and kind of fun things to experiment with. But you do have to be willing to dig and roll up your sleeves and just, you know, kind of go with it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. It very much went from I thought it was going to be, this is my fun experience and look at all the cool stuff I got, to this is not my jam, and if it is your jam, these are my recommendations. I cannot keep up with this sunshine. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, and before I sign off here, I want to let you guys know about what is happening next week on my channel. Next week, I'm going to be sharing my spring wardrobe with you guys. It's going to be different than any wardrobe video that I've done in the past, and that's for 2 reasons. The first one is the styling of the video, and the kind of presentation is going to be different than anything else I've done. I'm super excited about it. And the other reason is that it is an open collaboration. So Jen from Happily Organized Chaos has invited me to join her, and we are inviting all of you. So if you want to share anything about your spring wardrobe, your capsule spring wardrobe, whatever you want to call it, we are going to be sharing those next Friday. That's April 15th. We will have a playlist that you can find hopefully on our community tabs, or if not, you'll find them in the description of our videos that we put up next Friday. I would love to see what you guys are wearing this spring and how you're styling it, and really just how you're making the most of your closet. I know my closet is going through some changes, as it does every change of season, and I'm really excited to share those things with you, especially in the light of being affordable and secondhand. I am going to leave some links down below for some other videos that might be helpful for you if you are interested in thrifting, but maybe the bins are a little bit much. I have videos on how to thrift specifically for t-shirts, for jeans, and then just how to feel good in the clothes that you're trying on in the dressing room in general. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it fun and entertaining, and I'll be talking to you in the next one. I hope you guys have a wonderful week.